I woke up one morning and I couldn't feel my feet at all. They were ice cold, badly swollen, and so heavy I had to grip the wall with both hands just to take a few steps. In that moment, my heart sank. I thought, if this continues, I'm going to lose my garden and I won't be able to take care of myself anymore. I'm Sam. I'm 72 years old now. For 35 years, I worked as a geriatric doctor. What I learned after that frightening morning completely changed how my legs feel every day. Tonight, while you sleep, the position of your legs might be quietly restricting blood flow, making them cold, swollen, and heavy by morning, just like mine were. In the next 5 minutes, I'm going to show you the exact 5 sleeping positions I've used every night, the same ones I recommended to my patients that took me from struggling to stand to working comfortably in my Texas garden again with warm, light legs. And there's a good chance you're sleeping in a way that's doing the same thing right now. Stay with me until the end, because how you combine these simple positions at night could be the difference between waking up stiff and struggling or waking up ready to enjoy your day with real independence. This comes from my own real experience, but please always talk to your doctor before making changes. Now let me show you what finally worked for me. That morning, I was standing in my kitchen, one hand gripping the countertop, the other trying to hold myself steady. My legs felt so heavy and swollen I could barely take a step. And I remember whispering to myself, what in the world is happening to my legs? After taking care of seniors for 35 years and then watching it happen in my own body, I finally understood the truth. As we get older, the blood in our legs struggles to flow back up to the heart. It doesn't happen overnight. It happens slowly, quietly. Inside your legs are tiny valves, like little one-way doors. When we were younger, they worked perfectly, snapping shut and pushing blood upward against gravity. But after 60, those little doors start to lose their strength. They don't seal as tightly anymore. And that's when you start to notice it. Cold feet that just won't warm up. Your legs feel heavy by the middle of the day. Your ankles swell as evening comes, and those sudden cramps wake you up in the middle of the night. I saw it happen to hundreds of my patients over the years, and I never thought it would happen to me. And that's when it hit me. If I didn't do something soon, this was going to slowly take away the freedom I loved most, working in my garden, moving around my own home, living life on my own terms. But here's the surprising part that changed how I looked at everything. The biggest damage wasn't happening while I was walking around during the day. It was happening while I was sleeping. Every single night, you lie in one position for 7 to 8 hours, and that position either helps your circulation or quietly makes the problem worse. When you finally get the right position, you wake up with legs that feel noticeably lighter. You stand up more steadily, and you feel more in control of your own body again. That's exactly what I started changing night after night. And the very first sleeping position I want to show you today is the one I still use most often because it gave me the biggest and fastest improvement. Let me show you exactly how to do it, starting tonight. Now, let me show you what finally worked for me. This first position is the one that changed everything for me, faster than I ever expected. I still remember that night at 68. My legs were so swollen and heavy every single morning. I could feel it the moment I tried to stand. That night, I simply put a firm pillow under my calves and lay on my back with my legs raised just a little above my heart. When I woke up the next morning, I was shocked. My legs felt noticeably lighter. The swelling had gone down. My feet were actually warm. And for the first time in a long while, I walked straight out to my garden without holding on to anything. Here's why it works so well. During the day, gravity pulls blood down into our legs. But when you sleep with your legs elevated about 6 to 8 inches, it helps the blood flow back up toward your heart more easily while you rest. Many of my patients told me they felt the same difference the very next morning: less swelling, fewer cramps at night, and much more energy to move around on their own. It's incredibly simple to do. Just use a firm pillow or a leg wedge under your calves. Keep your legs gently raised. This one small change gave me back my mornings in the garden, and I truly believe it can help you stay independent longer, too. Of course, if you have any heart issues or breathing problems, please talk to your doctor first. Now, the next position works in a completely different way, and for some people, it makes an even bigger difference. After I started raising my legs at night, I really thought my legs couldn't feel much better, but I was wrong. One evening, my legs felt heavy again after pulling weeds all day. That night, I tried something new. I rolled onto my left side and placed a soft pillow between my knees. The next morning, I sat up and paused. My feet felt warm. When I stood up and took those first steps, the heaviness was almost gone. I actually smiled to myself walking to the kitchen. Here's what happened. Sleeping on your left side gives your blood an easier, smoother path back from your legs to your heart. It's like the road suddenly opened up during the night. Mrs. Margaret from Houston told me the same thing. After just a few nights on her left side, her ankles weren't as swollen. She smiled and said she finally felt good enough to take short walks around her neighborhood again, something she hadn't comfortably done in over a year. For me, this position also helps my lower back relax, so I wake up ready to move. That means I can step outside, water my garden, and enjoy my day without struggling. It's so simple. Just roll onto your left side and put a regular pillow between your knees to keep everything comfortable and straight. Of course, if you have any health conditions, please check with your doctor first. This one small change has helped a lot of us feel more in control of our mornings and our independence. Now, if you're still with me, let's move to the third position. This is the one that helped both my back and my legs at the same time and might be the most surprising one yet. You know, this third position caught me completely by surprise. After long days working in the garden, my lower back would ache, and my legs felt heavy, almost weighed down and tight. Lying completely flat only made it worse. By morning, my feet would tingle, and my legs felt stiff like they didn't want to move at all. Then one night, I tried something very simple. I slipped a soft pillow right under my knees. The next morning, I woke up and just smiled. The tightness in my lower back had eased, the tingling in my feet was almost gone, and my legs felt lighter than they had in months. I stood up from the bed without that usual slow, painful shuffle. And that's when it finally made sense to me. That little pillow lets your lower back settle into its natural curve instead of being forced flat. That small change takes pressure off the nerves running down into your legs. When those nerves finally get to rest, blood flows better and your legs recover more during the night. For me, this became one of the easiest ways to wake up ready for the day. I could walk straight out in the garden without having to wait for my body to loosen up. That kind of freedom, being able to move when I want without pain holding me back, that's what I want for you too. If your back and legs often feel stiff when you first get up, try this tonight. Just one regular pillow under your knees. You might be surprised how different you feel in the morning. Of course, if you have serious back issues or sciatica, talk to your doctor first. Now here's what's interesting. While this position helps your lower back and legs from below, the next one does something completely different. And for some people, it turns out to be the one that helps the most. I'll show you that one right after this. You know what surprised me the most after all these years? It wasn't any of the first 3 positions. One quiet night, I was lying there with heavy legs again, feeling a little short of breath, and I thought, what if I just propped myself up a bit? So I stacked a couple of pillows and leaned back at a gentle angle, not sitting straight up, just half lying, half sitting, maybe 30 to 45 degrees. What happened next still makes me smile when I remember it. Within minutes, my breathing became deeper and easier, and then something I never expected clicked. My legs started to feel lighter and warmer, almost like someone had turned the circulation back on. That was my aha moment. When your upper body is gently raised like that, everything opens up. Your lungs get more room to breathe fully, and because of that, blood from your legs can flow back to your heart so much more smoothly. It's not just one or the other. Better breathing actually helps your legs at the same time. Many of my patients in Texas told me the exact same thing. Sam, I woke up and my legs didn't feel like dead weight anymore. Some said their feet warmed for the first time in years. For me, that meant waking up with real energy, enough to walk straight out to the garden and work for hours without that heavy, tired feeling dragging me down. That's the kind of independence I want for every senior watching this. You don't need anything fancy. A good wedge pillow or a couple of firm pillows you already have at home is enough. If you ever feel short of breath at night or your legs feel extra heavy, this could be the relief you've been hoping for. Of course, please check with your doctor first, especially if you have any heart or lung conditions. This position gave me back something I thought I was losing, the joy of waking up ready to live my day. And now there's one last position I want to share with you, and for a lot of seniors, this final one becomes their absolute favorite. Out of all 5 positions we've talked about, this is the one most seniors end up coming back to night after night. It's simply sleeping on your side with a soft pillow placed gently between your knees and thighs. When that pillow is there, something shifts. Your legs finally get to let go. The heaviness you've been carrying all day starts to melt away. Your hips settle, your back softens, and that quiet warmth slowly returns to your feet and calves. I use this one more than any other now. After a long day working in the garden, I slide that pillow in, close my eyes, and I can actually feel my legs relaxing and thanking me. Many of my patients have told me the same thing. Sam, I woke up without that heavy, achy feeling. My feet were warm. I got out of bed and actually felt ready for the day. Ready to move freely. Ready to care for my garden. Ready to live on my own terms. This position doesn't just help your circulation, it gives you back that quiet confidence that tomorrow morning you'll wake up feeling more like yourself again. We've come a long way together through these 5 simple positions. Now, let me show you how it all comes together into one easy nightly routine that I've been using for years, the same routine that helps me keep my garden and my independence. Stick with me for just a little longer. After sharing these 5 positions with you, I want to tell you how I actually use them in my real life every night here in Texas. This isn't a strict medical program. It's simply my nightly ritual, the one that helped me get my garden back and keep my independence at 72. Here's what I do most evenings. I start with 5 to 10 minutes of leg elevation while I sit in my old recliner or lie on the bed. It drains the swelling from the day. Then I listen to my body and choose one position that feels right that night. If my legs feel heavy and swollen after gardening, I lie on my back with legs elevated. If my lower back is talking to me, I put the pillow under my knees. If I feel a little short of breath, I use the reclined position. Most nights, I simply roll onto my left side or use the pillow between my legs because it feels the most natural and comfortable. It's not complicated. It's flexible. You don't have to do the same thing every night. Just create your own little ritual that gives your legs the rest and support they deserve. When you do this consistently, something beautiful happens. You wake up with lighter legs, steadier steps, and a quiet confidence that says, I've got this. I can still take care of myself and my garden. This is how I stay independent, not by taking more pills, but by giving my body the simple nightly support it needs. And I truly believe if you start this gentle ritual tonight, in a few weeks, you'll feel that same quiet strength returning to your legs and your life. You deserve to wake up feeling in control of your own body again. You know, what touches my heart the most is when I hear from folks who've tried these positions. Let me tell you about Mrs. Margaret. She's 78, lives just outside Houston. When she first came to see me, she could barely walk from her living room to the kitchen without holding onto furniture. Her ankles were swollen every single morning. After she started sleeping on her left side with a pillow between her knees, she called me 2 weeks later, her voice shaking a little. She said, "Sam, my feet finally feel warm at night, and yesterday I walked all the way to the mailbox without holding the railing once." I smiled so big when I heard that, because that's what this is really about, getting those little freedoms back. Then there's Mr. John from Dallas. He's 81 now. He used to love working in his garden, but for 2 years he had to sit and watch his wife do all the work because his legs felt so heavy and his back hurt so bad. He started with the reclined position and the pillow under his knees. One morning he sent me a photo, him standing in his garden holding a basket of fresh tomatoes. He wrote, "Doc, I thought I'd never do this again." Hearing stories like that, it reminds me why I still make these videos even after retiring. Because I want you to have the same feeling. Waking up in the morning, putting your feet on the floor, and thinking, today I can do what I love. For me personally, these 5 positions gave me my garden back. At 72, I can still spend hours outside, digging, planting, and harvesting without that old heavy feeling dragging me down. And nothing makes me happier than knowing some of you might get the same gift. These aren't magic tricks. They're just small, gentle ways to help your body do what it's been trying to do all along: heal and recover while you sleep. Of course, every person is different. What worked for Margaret, John, and me may need some adjusting for you. That's why I always say, talk to your doctor first, especially if you have heart issues or other conditions. But if you're willing to try, even just one position tonight, I truly believe you might feel a difference. Now, I'd love to hear your story too.